Introduction to cloud computing. Meet Jimmy, who started a digital and marketing business. He stored all his data, including information about his customers and products, on a physical server in a room inside the building. As his business grew, Jimmy ran out of space, and he didn't know what to do. Then someone told him about cloud computing, a magical way to store data on computers that aren't in your building. In this video, we'll discuss the history of cloud computing, what cloud computing is, how it works, and explore the different types of cloud computing services available. Cloud computing has revolutionized the way businesses and individuals access and use computing resources. It has become a popular solution for companies to cut down on their costs, as they no longer need to maintain expensive hardware and software. Additionally, cloud computing has enabled organizations to collaborate and share data seamlessly and securely, no matter where their employees are located. Let's step into the history. Who created cloud computing, and when and why did it emerge? The concept of cloud computing has been around since the 1960s, when computer scientist J.C.R. Licklider first proposed the idea of an intergalactic computer network that could be accessed from anywhere in the world. However, it wasn't until the late 1990s and early 2000s that the term cloud computing began to be used. Cloud computing emerged because people needed a better way to use computers and store information. Why did this emerge, and how does cloud computing actually work? Before cloud computing, people had to buy their own computers and keep them in their houses or offices. This was expensive and difficult, as they had to make sure the computers worked properly, keep them safe from damage, and update them when new software came out. Cloud computing makes it easier for people to use computers and store information because they don't have to own their own computers or keep them in their houses. Instead, they can use computers and storage space located in big data centers, which are like big rooms full of computers. They can access these computers and storage space over the internet from anywhere in the world using just a phone or a laptop. This means they can use as much or as little computing power and storage space as they need and only paid for what they use. Cloud computing works by using a network of remote servers connected via the internet to store, manage, and process data and applications. These remote servers are owned and operated by cloud computing providers. The cloud provider then allocates these resources to you from their pool of available resources, which are spread across multiple servers and data centers. This allows the provider to offer high levels of scalability, availability, and fault tolerance, as the resources can be dynamically provisioned and distributed across multiple locations. Cloud computing has two types of models: 1. Deployment model, and 2. Service model. There are 3 types of deployment models: 1. Public, 2. Private, and 3. Hybrid. Let's use the example of a school's data storage and management system to explain the different deployment models of cloud computing. 1. Public cloud. The school's department decides to use a public cloud provider to store and manage their data. The school pays a monthly or annual fee to the cloud provider for their services, and the data is stored on the provider's servers that are shared with other organizations. This is similar to using a public library, where the books are shared by multiple people. 2. Private cloud. The school's department decides to create their own private cloud using their own servers and storage devices. This allows the school to have complete control over their data and infrastructure, and they can customize the cloud according to their needs. However, this requires a significant upfront investment and ongoing maintenance costs. This is similar to having a private book collection that is only accessible by the owner. 3. Hybrid cloud. The school's department decides to use a combination of public and private clouds. They may choose to store sensitive data on their own private cloud, while using a public cloud for less sensitive data or for additional storage during peak usage times. This is similar to having a personal book collection at home and also using a public library for additional books that are not as important or that you may only need temporarily. In addition to deployment models, there are 3 types of service models in cloud computing. 1. IaaS. 2. PaaS. 3. SaaS. These service models represent the level of abstraction that cloud providers offer to their customers. IaaS, which refers to infrastructure as a service. The cloud provider offers virtualized computing resources such as servers, storage, and networking, which the customer can use to build their own infrastructure. This is similar to renting a house, where the landlord provides the infrastructure and the tenant is responsible for installing and configuring everything else. Next is PaaS, which refers to platform as a service. The cloud provider offers a platform for customers to develop, run, and manage their own applications. The provider manages the underlying infrastructure, and the customer can focus on building their applications. This is similar to renting an apartment, where the landlord provides the infrastructure and the tenant only needs to bring their personal belongings. Finally, SaaS, which refers to software as a service. The cloud provider offers complete software applications that customers can access and use through the cloud. The provider manages the underlying infrastructure, the application, and the data, and the customer only needs to use the software. This is similar to staying in a hotel, where everything is provided and the customer only needs to use the amenities. If you don't want to deal with the problems of owning any equipment, then the SaaS model is the one for you. With SaaS, the cloud service provider manages all the components of the solution needed by the organization. Let's talk about the benefits of cloud computing. 1. Scalability. Cloud computing allows businesses to easily scale up or down their resources depending on their needs. This can save money by not having to invest in expensive hardware or software that may go unused. 2. Cost-effective. Cloud computing can be a cost-effective option for businesses as it eliminates the need for on-premise hardware and software, reducing maintenance and upgrade costs. 3. Accessibility. Cloud computing allows businesses to access their data and applications from anywhere as long as there is an internet connection. 4. Security. Cloud service providers have the resources to invest in state-of-the-art security measures, which can be more robust than what most businesses can afford on their own. Cloud computing also comes with disadvantages, for example. 1. Internet dependence. Cloud computing relies on internet connectivity, which can be a problem in areas with poor or no connectivity. 2. Downtime. Cloud services can experience downtime, which can affect business operations and productivity. 3. Data privacy. Businesses need to ensure that their sensitive data is properly secured and protected from unauthorized access when stored in the cloud. 4. Dependency on service providers. Businesses are dependent on cloud service providers for their infrastructure and may face problems if the provider goes out of business or is unable to provide the necessary services. It's important to weigh the benefits and disadvantages of cloud computing when considering whether it is the right option for your business. The most popular cloud computing services in the market are AWS or Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure, and Google Cloud Platform. Each of these cloud providers has its strengths and weaknesses, and businesses must carefully consider their needs and budget when choosing a cloud service provider. As technology continues to evolve, cloud computing is becoming an increasingly important part of our digital lives. Whether you're a business looking to streamline your infrastructure or an individual looking for a convenient way to store your data, cloud computing has a solution for you. Thank you for watching this video on cloud computing. We hope you now have a better understanding of what cloud computing is, how it works, and the benefits and disadvantages it offers. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more informative videos.